Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm helping you level up your communication skills. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome aboard. I've been expecting you. Be sure to join me 3 times a week by hitting that subscribe button right on below and get better with words. In this episode, I'm going to be sharing a powerful morning hack to make the rest of your day go much smoother. When we're thinking of morning routines, a lot of us were immediately jumping onto, what do I add on? What do I bring to the table to become a high performer? Are you saying I shouldn't do that? I'm not saying anything yet. But let me ask you, just imagine that you switch your philosophy from what do I add on to what do I eliminate? I was able to understand the power of elimination in the 11th grade. In the 11th grade, my poor test-taking skills were finally coming into fruition. You see, in the 11th grade, I had to take the SAT. The first time I took the SAT, I bombed. I scored so bad that I can't even say it out loud. Otherwise, YouTube would censor me. So I understood that I needed to take the exam again. But before I took it this time, I needed a new strategy. So around that time, I was enrolled into an SAT school, which is a fancy way of saying that I was basically enrolled with a whole bunch of other people that blew the SATs. And we had a teacher. This teacher was going to give us techniques, strategies, and hacks to beat the SAT, to score better. I can honestly say that the first session with that lady completely shifted my mindset. She came to my table and she was like, "Yo, Armani, what's your strategy right now to pick the right answer?" I thought that was a trick question. I was like, well, I'm just seeing what's the right answer. She said, "Stop. Before you try to find the right answer, what you need to do is eliminate the wrong ones. POE, process of elimination." Initially, I thought, what's the point? Why add in these extra steps to find the right answer? But when I executed it, I understood exactly what she was saying. So normally in a lot of the SAT questions, there's A, B, C, D, E, 5 options. And normally 3 of them are completely BS. They're just trying to sort of fool you. And if you make the intention to find the wrong ones from the get-go, it's extremely easy to eliminate those 3. So now, rather than choosing from 5 options, we're only choosing from 2. This was a huge mind hack. Such a big mind hack that I was able to score 200 points higher on the SAT the second time around. Thank God. And that's when I started to understand that elimination is huge. The ultimate morning productivity hack is to not check your phone until you get 1 to 3 of your hardest tasks done for the day. So we are eliminating the phone and we're aiming to be productive from the very beginning. Using the phone in the morning is not a good habit. Let's say you just wake up from sleep, and if you're like most people, we turn on the phone, we go on Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, Clubhouse. I heard about Clubhouse recently, all these bunch of different tools. Big problem. Why is it a big problem? It's a big problem because in the morning, our brain is in theta state. Theta brainwave state is when our brain is highly suggestible. This is basically when we are leaving dream sleep, entering dreamless sleep, then we are waking up, which is when our mental faculties are turning on. Sort of like a computer turning on, and there's a lot of these sub-processes that are working behind the scenes. So when our mind is turning on and we immediately go for our phone, we're basically programming ourselves. I like to call the theta wave state the hypnosis state. So for us to check the phone in the very beginning, it's basically where we're allowing the mainstream to program us in the very beginning. And if you look at most of mainstream entertainment, most of mainstream content as a whole, it's normally leaning towards negative. So how we set the tone for the morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. And if we're starting off checking the phone, it's not the best strategy. So let's eliminate it for now and focus on 1 to 3 of our most difficult tasks. And I recommend that we choose something that's analog. Analog basically saying that something that doesn't require too much technology. So in the morning, this is the perfect time to do a technique like meditation, to go for a walk, to lift weights, something that is analog, and something that throughout the day we're like, man, I'm tired, man. I don't know if I want to do this. Man, I'll do it tomorrow. If you have a task like that, then do your best to do it in the morning. Armani, what if my most difficult task requires technology? That's fine then. I mean, if your hardest task in the day requires technology, use technology. But do your best to avoid checking the phones how we normally check it. And there's no need to lie. I know that I used to be one of those guys too. But simply by getting my 1 to 3 most difficult tasks done in the beginning, then checking my phone, I started to understand something important. In the world of digital taking over nowadays, it's extremely peaceful to add in the analog. It's almost like a cheat code. Because when we add in the analog, when we add in the whole process of completing difficult tasks in the morning, what we do is we tell our brain that we're in charge. And since we're starting the morning off with productivity, where our brain is still in theta wave state, this is programming the brain in the highly suggestible state to act like a winner, which carries a beautiful tsunami of productivity throughout the day. So try this out. Understand the process of elimination. Understand we can eliminate the phone just like my 11th grade self had to eliminate the wrong answers. And once we eliminate the wrong answers, eliminate the phone, we're much more able to see the right answers that were staring back at us all along. When the morning over, and surprisingly, the rest of the day becomes much, much easier. How you set the morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. How you set the night sets the tone for the next morning. That's what we call the circle of life, level up style. Try it out and report back your findings in the comment section right on below. Thank you for joining the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you on the next episode.